Hi, welcome. I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. And maybe bring your attention to your body, to the present moment. Tuning in, bringing the attention from the outer world to the inner world. Having this beautiful portal today, celebrating it together in this transmission. 12-12, which is 3-3, which is 6 in a 6 year. And if we add 6 and 6, it's 12 again. So we have a harmonious 3-6 day. One of my favorite numbers that speak about creativity, expression, peace, harmony, family, and even teaching from own experience. Probably it's not a coincidence that my destiny number is 6 and that I was called to come here together with you today for a short connection and transmission of the frequencies that are pouring today. Of course, there's a lot of sometimes pressure put on ourselves from the outer world, especially in the spirituality field. Do not miss the portal, do the meditation, do the cleansing, do the purification. Oh my God, today is the day, today is when everything changes, today is when everything is different, and so on. What I invite you to do is alleviate the pressure, breathe the pressure out of your body, out of your system, and know that anyways, the high frequencies of the change are here every day, all day. So if you miss a portal day, or if you miss a full moon, or if you miss a special transmission or anything like this, there's no issue with that. Just take your time and build rituals and practices for your day-to-day life so that you can change your inner frequency to a higher one so that you can open up to more sensitivity, more perceiving what is going on from a sensitive energetical point of view. And you don't have to like put all the weight on you and on these special days. So breathing in and breathing out for the ones that come in. Hi. So you bring your attention a little bit from the outside to the inside. Building a sustainable, constant, day-to-day practice to lift up yourself, to lift your frequency, to actually activate the potential that you are born with, that you came in this life with, is probably the most important thing that you can do. Instead of always maybe running to find out stuff, to receive answers, to receive solutions from other people, constantly going to courses, workshops, constantly searching for that thing that will change your life. Your life, it's not going to be changed until you make the steps, until you put everything you know into practice, until you start, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, maybe, 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 making the difference in how you think, how you feel, how you live your day-to-day choices. So it's very beautiful that we gather together and that we have this little maybe rituals, transmissions in special days like the one that is today. But again, these days happen all the time. And you might be busy during that day, you might be caught in something, you might not feeling it. That's fine. It's nice we do this because we have like a little bit of a bump going forward, but it's not something that you need to chase or be frustrated about that you didn't make it, that you didn't receive the high frequencies and so on. What makes you live a life that is almost always in a high frequency is, as I said before, creating the practices, grounding the spiritual knowledge and the spiritual states of being into your body, into the way you live, into the way you think, into the way you choose to do life. This is what is most important. And if you are on this path for a long time now, but you don't see a lot of change in your life, or there's still stuff that you know, but you don't put it into practice, well, this is the invitation for you to maybe go deeper into your soul, to maybe go deeper into your heart, activate your heart. Maybe just get this practice every day. Breathe a few deep breaths into your heart space, taking it slowly. Set an intention for opening the heart, for melting all the sorrow, all the sadness, all the comparison, all the envy, all the walls that we built up unconsciously between us and the world, between us and love, between us and receiving. Okay, and make this a constant thing in your life. It's kind of like there's no point in always like meditating and being into portals, into channeling, into meditation, into all the spiritual things if you do not integrate them, if you do not work towards opening more of your heart, of who you are, of your sensitivity, descending more into your feminine energy, maybe descending more into your womb space, descending more inside of yourself. Otherwise, it's just beautiful moments here and there of spiritual feeling and connection, but there's no real change when you go into your life again. You know that I'm a big advocate of grounding, of embodiment, and about descending instead of going upwards. Okay, we meditate, we go to this beautiful gathering of women, circles, or whatever it is. We go to this initiations in all kinds of stuff. Okay, we are like beyond ourselves after we go there. For a few days when you go home, it's like, oh my God, it was so beautiful. I felt that and that. It was excellent, okay? But what happens in 3 months after that? What happens in 6 months after that? How do you put into practice? How do you integrate into your day-to-day life what you found out, what you know, what you felt during those courses, initiations, meditations, and so on? Because see, this is where the trick is. You go take your drug, it's exactly like a drug, the next course, the next course, the next thing, the next spiritual thing, and then you go home and you don't know why in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year or two, you're in the same place in your life. Always chasing that thing that will bring you the answer, that will bring you the heightened frequency, that will bring you the different life that you're expecting. My news to you, most of you know it because you've been with me for a long time and I salute you, is that nothing changes for the better unless you choose differently in your day-to-day life, practicing differently in your day-to-day life, bringing more of yourself back home in here. You can take a break and not go to any course, any workshop, any guru, no one for a while, and start bringing your attention into your heart and into your body every day as an experiment, every day for 5 minutes or for 2 minutes, and see what happens, see where that goes, what that is for you. We really love this beautiful spiritual talk, and maybe this thing that I'm doing now, it's not what you expected for today or for this transmission. But I'm just letting myself be guided, and I'm just letting it out, how it pours, how it comes, okay? Not thinking it, but just letting it pour. Because I think this is a very important message in this era where everyone is spiritual, everyone has a truth, everyone will make you feel better in a few steps, or sells you happiness, or the spiritual talk is so like all over the place. In this era, it's also a lot of confusion. It's also a lot of bypassing. It's also a lot of avoiding and lying to ourselves. It's also a lot of chasing and having high expectations and being disappointed again, and then chasing again that answer, that quick fix, you know? Well, Christina, nothing is easy. Nothing is easy in this life. When you start understanding and accepting that life, it's not easy. Going through your day-to-day life, it's not simple. But if you truly wish and feel that it's time for you to change something, to live a better life, a more fulfilled life, a more easy flowing life, a connected life, a connected with your spirit, with your soul, with your heart, that makes you feel better, more aligned, with purpose, easier. If you feel you want this, take responsibility. You're an adult. Take responsibility the same way that you took responsibility for a lot of things in your life that you changed, that you did, that you overpassed, you overcome. Okay? Nothing is easy. Having kids is not easy. Getting married is not easy. Going to a job that I hate, it's not easy. Okay? Not getting along with my family, with friends, it's not easy. It's actually torture. It's actually something that distances us and disconnects us from our soul and from our true essence, the true identity that we have. But we keep doing that, aren't we? We keep doing that. We keep having those miserable relationships. We keep going to that miserable job we don't like. We keep being in that marriage that doesn't make us happy. We keep sacrificing ourselves, our energy, our time. We keep doing all these things, and we choose all these things over and over again that makes us feel miserable and disconnected. And then when it comes to taking responsibility and coming out of the victimhood mentality and actually creating that real change in our day-to-day lives, it's hard. We avoid it. We push it. For 3 months, for 6 months, for another year. We find all kinds of excuses. We find all kinds of, stories. And this is what people do. To stay in the comfort zone, to stay in the heaviness of our lives, disconnectedness of our lives. We prefer that. We prefer to suffer instead of really, come on, I can live better. I can be really fulfilled. I can follow my passion. I can be in this beautiful, wonderful, fulfilling relationship. I am more than this. I can create the life of my dreams. Taking responsibility and deciding this, and then going and taking small steps day by day to actually manifest this beautiful life you want. The beautiful life you want will not come, will not manifest itself unless you take charge of yourself, of your lies, of your avoidance, of your fears, of your anxiety, of all the choices that you keep making and make you feel miserable. You need to turn the head, your look from the outside, from all that is going wrong, and take it into inside world, and ask yourself this most important questions. What am I doing with my life? Who am I actually? What's my priorities in my life? What's my values in my life? How do I feel and how do I want to feel? What am I doing for this to come true? Go to a mentor. Work with someone that can hold your hand. I'm here for you. I always say this. I'm here for you. My inbox is open. I can guide you into this beautiful transformation if you want to take charge of your life, if you want to take responsibility of your choices, of your emotions, of your trauma, of your shadows, of your lies, and alchemize these into beautiful trust and peace and harmony. Being a really centered woman that knows her value and that lives the life that she wants and that she can create. It's beautiful we go to these spiritual things always going on, but what do we do in our lives? What do we do in our everyday life after we take our drug? How long are we going to make the same choices over again? For how long are we gonna put ourselves last, lie to ourselves, keep ourselves miserable? This is a waking up call from the universe, because everything is changing, everything is renewing itself, everything is dying now to be reborn. I see a lot of women that are in confusion at this moment in their life. A lot of women that are not satisfied with their lives anymore. A lot of women that find themselves in a position like, what did I do with my life? I'm not happy. Or a lot of women or men, that are falling ill, suddenly ill, physically ill, because they do not listen to their soul. They do not listen to the inner callings and guidance. They just postpone their intuitions. They postpone their soul messages. They postpone what their body are telling them. They postpone themselves and their happiness. So they get ill. The planet itself is rising, is ascending. We are all ascending. We are all going through a big transformation. And if we keep making the same choices as until now, probably we're going to feel more miserable. In these times of chaos, in these times of confusion, in these times of ascension, of dying and being reborn, you can thrive. You can have a beautiful, renewed life. You can be happy and harmonious and fulfilled. It is possible. I am having my best years yet. I am living my best life yet. Since the thing with the pandemic stuff and all that craziness outside, all the chaos in the world, I am having my best years. Why and how? Not because I'm lucky, not because I'm different, not because I'm special, just because I'm doing the work. Just because I take every day to do more soul searching, to be more and more present in my body, to be more and more present with my heart and my soul, to stop telling myself lies, to recognize my inner truth, even if it's hurting. And it's difficult, because it is difficult. Sometimes I want to run away from the truth. But it's there, I cannot deny it. And you also know your truth. You know it in your heart. You just don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to accept it because it's hard. I created my own bubble, my own life, and I'm doing great in this life and in this bubble, no matter what is going on around me. And every single being that is gonna start bringing their attention into their own inner world, do the inner work, they're gonna thrive. You're gonna thrive if you do your inner work, if you face your truth, if you face your fears, if you alchemize all the hurt inside. You're gonna thrive no matter what media says, no matter what the TV says, no matter what the government says, no matter what and how low this world might seem. Take your attention from the outside manipulation and bring it inside and start taking the steps, the real, true steps inwards. So you can thrive in this life, even in these times. Do not be the one that postpones themselves any longer. Be the one that really has courage. You had courage in your life so many times to do so many changes. You are a courageous woman, a courageous person. Be courageous about yourself, about prioritizing yourself, your well-being. Be courageous about opening your heart, about dealing with your trauma, about dealing with your inner child, about dealing with your emotions, about dealing with the lies that you're telling yourself. Be courageous in that way. That is the courage that will make you thrive in this world. These are the steps that are really, really important and necessary. Not the next meditation, the next channeling, the next dose of being zen and high, the next dose of angel therapy, theta healing, the next dose of guru and whatever. That is not what is going to create change in your life. That is just giving you a state of being, like a well-being state for a day or 2 or 3. And then what? And then what? How is your life looking? Specifically, sincerely, in all areas. I have my own shit going on. I have my own shit to go through still, yet. But I did accept it already. I do accept. And I'm navigating with the most ease and peace through all the things that I haven't solved yet, that I don't have answers for. And just being in the space of ease and peace and acceptance, it makes all the difference. Maybe this is not what you expected for today, but this is what the message is. And this is what change is about. And this is what the future is about. We do not have time to complain anymore, to lie to ourselves anymore. We're gonna get ill. And we're going to go away from this world. Lots of us. Because we're continuously rejecting the inner truth. Because we continuously make the same choices of being miserable. Of staying in all those contexts and situations of life that do not make us happy. Because we continuously look outwards for solutions, for recipes, for magic pills. And we, oh my God, we still believe at this point what the media says, what the cultural environment is saying to us, is expecting from us. We need to take our power back. Dear courageous women, we need to take our power back. To learn our value again, to know who we really are, to start shining from within. To create the lives that are filled with magic, with divinity on earth, here on earth, in my heart, in my day-to-day life and rituals. There's no separation. God is not somewhere there. It's not in the church. It's not. God is here through your heart. So start going into your heart. Breathe deeply into your heart space. Life will not become harmonious and peaceful like this. No one has the recipe. All the answers are inside of you. Yes, you might need guidance. Yes, you might need a mentor. Yes, you might need therapy. Because you're so into your own trauma, your own bullshit, that you don't know it. You don't realize it. You don't see it. So you might need an experienced person that can guide you courageously, sincerely, with utmost devotion, back to yourself, back to your inner power, back to your beautiful magic and gifts as women. Breathe into your heart. Let it settle inside of your bones, inside of your blood, inside of your muscles, inside of your body. Stop making the same choices all over again. Face your inner truth. You know the truth. You know it. Acknowledge it. Stop postponing yourself. Open your hearts again, even if it's just an intention for now. Jesus is here. Mary Magdalene is here. Mother Mary is here. All the archangels, the guardian angels, the stellar brothers and sisters, all of them are here with you. But you cannot feel them. And you cannot live in devotion and sacredness if you have your heart closed. If you're spending most of your day in your head, living in fear and anxiety, and keeping those things in your lives that do not make you happy. Ayana hat sahia taoyana yenana. Ayana hat sach tayana ustahain. Yanana yaha ayenana hachtain. Oya la hat tahiana stahana. Ayana hat ya achnoi naniana hatai. Ayana hayela lastahan tahiana aya o ayania sahata ayana ya sahata hiela anaya aya saha. Ustachnania nahoy naia nahoy aia nahata hai ich ao ahai anaya ni ahai anani ia naya ho aia nana nasach ai oya ni stachana ia nana ahanta ia nahata hana ia nahata ho aichtach nach tohon na ia nahachtach nohon yana ai Ohana yena na ha tahan ayena na iya hahaya o ayena hitaha sahana ayena iya sahana yana hatahoy. May you find the courage to choose yourself every day. May you find the courage to sit with yourself in truth, in honesty and transparency. May you find the courage to look at your fears face to face, to be in the most uncomfortable places within you. May you find the courage to take charge of your life and responsibility of your well-being, and start empowering yourself in the deepest way possible. Thank you so much for being here today with me. It started at 12:12, it's now 12:44. How beautiful. I'm reminding you of the meeting on Saturday, the ceremony that I'm guiding and facilitating in Brasov. Saturday at 5 p.m. You can sign up until Friday. It'll be a beautiful, beautiful ceremony in this beautiful sacred space that I open for you. So we take a look at this year and take steps towards courage, take steps towards taking responsibility for our lives, activating our creatrix inside. It's gonna be joyful, it's gonna be with hugs, it's gonna be with presence, it's gonna be with connection. It's gonna be heart to heart. So I'm gonna leave in the comment below the link to the ceremony details so you can sign up, and I'm hugging you all, wishing you a beautiful day and beautiful end of year with revelations and lots of truth that you are prepared for.